poppin', YouTube family? It's your boy Dwight. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. First things first, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. Now, today I plan to probe back off into an extremely popular designer house and basically give my audience a well overdue buyer's guide. If you'd like to find out exactly what house I'm talking about and the set of fragrances, keep it locked. Well, let's get right off in today's video. Today's video, I'm going to feature the House of Dior and their Sauvage line that actually have taken the world by storm and is well talked about consistently within the fragrance community. I'm going to break down all four of the mainstays within the line. Of course, I don't have, if you notice, I don't have the cool spray sitting here, but who wants to pay $80 for some body spray? Not me. So let's get off into it. The first one being Dior Sauvage Eau de Toilette Concentration, which actually is the one and only 100 ml bottle I got within this fragrance collection. This one here was launched in 2015, which is when it hits the world by storm. And of the notes being top notes, Calabrian and bergamot, pepper, Szechuan pepper, lavender, pink pepper, vetiver, patchouli, geranium, and elemi being in the mid notes. And then your base notes, you got ambroxan, cedar, and labdanum. Now, this concentration right here is one of the most popular ones within this line right here. It's the one I would have to say that it definitely projects the best. I'm talking 2 feet away from you, give you the best performance as far as making your presence known within a room that you walk in. But my personal opinion of it is it's not offensive as far as I'm concerned, but it's one that if you wear that one to the office, this concentration, and you overspray it, you may get reported to HR for actually having too much of it on or just making too much of a presence of yourself. Some people complain about the Toilette concentration because, I mean, let's face it, any store that you walk in that sells fragrances, or probably 8 out of 10 men is either at one point in time own this concentration or currently still wear it. So the negative to that concentration, I would have to say, is you smell it on everybody. And that's one of the biggest complaints that it has within the fragrance community. Like, I mean, everybody got it. So either people like it because it's crowd pleasing and a scent that actually allows you to make your presence felt, or you either smell the negative to it being you either smell like your woman's ex-boyfriend or her dad or uncle or all her brothers because they probably owned it as well and they probably tired of smelling that particular concentration within it. Second one being the Eau de Parfum Concentration. So now with that one I have the 60 ml bottle, which is 2 ounces. Price point for the Toilette is about that $100 price point for the 100 ml bottle. This one here, 60 ml, be about $125 retail. This one was launched in 2018. And top note, bergamot. Mid notes, Szechuan pepper, lavender, star anise, nutmeg, the introduction of nutmeg in there, ambroxan, and vanilla. Now, with the Eau de Parfum concentration, a lot of people tend to lean toward that one as potentially the most versatile in the collection because you can kind of get it off in more seasons versus the Toilette being more of a spring, some summer if you control the sprays, and a little fall. With the Eau de Parfum concentration, you could probably do it all 4 seasons because it dials back the amount of pepper that's put into the fragrance, but it adds that star anise note that kind of gives it a little bit more of a balance with the fruitiness and puts the nutmeg in there, which makes it a little bit more grown and sexy, more office appropriate, maybe a wedding or just special get-togethers, because it dials back the projection notes within the fragrance, but it allows it to be still noticed when you walk in a room, and it just kind of gives you a little bit more of that grown, sexy perspective within the Sauvage line. And the ambroxan is still present, so either one of them definitely lasts. Toilette being 8 hours at least, to 10 hours if you put it in clothes. With the Eau de Parfum Concentration, I would have to say, to me, I get strong 8 hours. But if you put it in your clothes, you might can stretch it to that 9-hour mark. But to me, by that point, it's a lot closer to being a skin scent because of the dialed back pepper within this fragrance. Next one, the Parfum Concentration. Now, right off rip with this one, that's the 2-ounce bottle of it, 60 ml. In my humble opinion, when it came to the Parfum Concentration within this house, to me, when I first got it, I was sold that it was a little bit of a cash grab. Kind of like, it seemed like to me that they were trying to keep pace with the Bleu de Chanel line. So it's like they come out with a Toilette, they got to come out with a Toilette. Then they come out Eau de Parfum, they got one. Then you come with the Parfum, because to me, the Parfum, at first, it didn't deviate enough just in those opening scents and first impressions from the Eau de Parfum Concentration to where I felt like it was a must buy. Now that I've got a chance to spend a little time with it, the differences is, and let me go ahead and come out with the fact that it came out a year after the Eau de Parfum Concentration. So this one came out 2019. Top notes of bergamot, mandarin orange, elemi in the top notes. Mid notes, sandalwood. Base notes, album, tonka bean, vanilla. Now, of course, when you first spray on the Parfum, to me, the tonka bean hasn't came to the forefront yet. The addition of album and vanilla being in almost all of them thus far hasn't really kicked in yet, but you can get a little whiff combined with that mandarin, with the bergamot, the addition of mandarin orange in that opening, which makes it a little bit unique in the instance of, to me, this concentration here, as the scent begins to dry down, you get that tonka bean and that vanilla combining together, which makes it ultra vanillic, so to speak, with the dry down. It makes it more warm, more sexy, more cold weather appropriate. And then once I got a chance to wear it on skin and on clothes and get to the dry down, then I could actually kind of subtract it from being necessarily a 100% cash grab. But I would still say it's probably 60-65% of me that would say that could be a cash grab, and they could have did some other things to it to really make it, maybe make it a little boozy, or make it maybe add some honey, something to make it ultra unique from the rest of the line for cold weather. And then I could actually totally subtract it from the cash grab category, so to speak. But I will say, the time that I've got to spend with it at this point gives me a little bit more of a perspective to say I like it, but out of the three thus far that I've talked about, it's my least favorite. Now, we're going to the newest one of the bunch, launched in 2021. This one here being Sauvage Elixir. It's a 2-ounce bottle, so 60 ml. I'll get to the good part about that and the bad part about that just a second. Ranging back with the Parfum, that price tag on that was about I want to say it was about 145 bucks, something like that, for the 2 ounces, which ain't too bad for that price tag. Now with the Elixir, top notes are cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, grapefruit. Mid notes, only lavender, but amped way up. They put a lot more effort into the lavender addition within this fragrance as opposed to any of the other concentrations. Base notes, licorice, sandalwood, amber, patchouli, Haitian vetiver. So what is it that you got within the Elixir concentration within the Sauvage line? It's the most grown and sexy of them all. In my opinion, it's fall and winter in a bottle. As far as when you suited and booted, you got a business meeting at the job. True enough, it's on the main market at Macy's, Dillard's, and those major stores like that, and online sellers. But one thing about it, to me, it's the most unique of the entire line, in my humble opinion, and it's the strongest. With that one, you're going to get 8 to, actually, I would say 10 to 12 hours. If you spray your clothes with the Elixir, it's still going to be in your clothes, no doubt, the next day. There's no doubt about it. And I mean strong, where you can pick that shirt up, take it out your closet, and potentially put it right back on and walk out the house, and somebody can still pick up that scent. But that has a lot to do with the oil concentration in this Elixir and the addition of cinnamon combined with nutmeg and cardamom to give it that spice that'll cut through the cooler weather, but also the amping up of the lavender within this fragrance and the addition of amber in that dry down. So that makes it more sophisticated, not as playful, and let people know when you walk in a room with this elixir on, you mean business. And with the Parfum, you maybe get about 8 hours longevity. To me, it's the least. It has the least amount of longevity because that 8 hours is actually stretching it, and that's actually enclosed. To me, consistently, it's between that 6-7 hour mark before it comes to a really, really warm skin scent. But it may be best in the Netflix and chill type of scenario as far as the Parfum. Now, with the elixir, I would have to say it was the one out of the entire collection that made my wife light up as well. So to me, it goes a long way with the ladies being the elixir because of the maturity part of that concentration. I think it's a little less playful, so they can kind of almost tell by that scent profile, even your age bracket, because that's more of the between 30, 35 years old on up through whenever you're done wearing fragrances. The Toilette version is more for the teeny boppers, so to speak, but me, myself, I'm big on projection and performance within my fragrance. Now, don't get me wrong, scent is number one, but right behind that, I do want, to make a little bit of a presence felt with your fragrance. But when it comes to the Toilette, I would probably put that anywhere between 16, 18 years old on up to around that 30-year-old mark. And then once you get up around that 30-year-old mark, everybody and mama got some of it. So if you want to be unique, the Toilette's probably not for you. When it comes to the Eau de Parfum concentration, to me, that's more of the everyday blind reach version of all of these, where you can grab it for work, you can grab it for Sunday service, you can grab it for a date night, you can grab it for just as your signature scent, just blind reach worthy. Just grab it and go. With the Parfum, like I said before, still about a 60-65% of me that have to say it's a little bit of a cash grab. But when it comes to getting cooler outside, when the Toilette and the Eau de Parfum may struggle as far as performance is concerned because of the cold weather and that brisk temperatures and below 30-degree temperatures, that's when the Parfum will kind of reign supreme. So you hit your clothes, you hit your skin, and it will fight through the cold a little bit better. But it's not as playful, grown and sexy, more than these two, but not quite as much as the Elixir. When it comes to the Elixir, to me, it's the best fragrance for straying away from that common and regular Dior Sauvage DNA, because it stands on its own 2 feet. And it's one of those ones that will definitely be in main rotation within my winter rotation of fragrances and at the top of the list, because when you put that one on and you suited and booted, it just lets a person know what type of mindset you got and what type of, shoot, it can almost tell them what type of goals you got in life. That's the type of scent profile when it comes to that elixir that I, in my humble opinion, would give. Now, if I'm walking in a store and knowing what I'm telling you now, making a choice on, do I need this whole collection? No. If you're a fragrance reviewer, then yeah, it has its place. But if you're just going to say that I'm going to be that guy that want to branch off into the Sauvage family, but I don't have the money to be walking around with all 4 bottles, I would say if you the type of person who likes your fragrance to kind of reach out and get people within reason and not be offensive, then the Toilette's okay. But you got to know that you're not going to be unique. As far as everyday use, the Eau de Parfum is the one that you would want. As far as the Parfum concentration, that's more of the 35 and up for you. And it really, to me, comes to the forefront or shines in cooler weather. But out of all of them, that would be the one I would consider still saying that it's a cash grab a little bit. Just to kind of keep up with competition between Bleu de Chanel and the Sauvage family. They had to have a Parfum right with another Parfum. But when it comes to cold weather greatness, this Elixir is a must-have. The only negative about the Elixir is the price point for the amount of ounces that you get within this 2-ounce bottle. 60 ml for $160, and that's not counting tax. That's a little steep for this size bottle. In my humble opinion, they should have brought it out in a 100 ml bottle for that price point, and then I would have to say that it would be a little bit of a better buy, ounce to dollar spent. Out of the favorites for me, number one still is the Toilette, because I like the projection within it and its performance. But you do got to control those sprays when it gets too hot outside. But when I say a close, about this much second place would be that Elixir. I'll always have the Toilette in my fragrance collection and the Elixir. These other two, being the Eau de Parfum, more versatile. I may keep it in my collection at all times, but it's not as important as the Toilette and the Elixir. Now, as far as the Parfum, when I finally empty out this bottle, I may not go buy another one because it gets to be a little bit redundant, considering that within the three first ones that I announced in this video, it's kind of redundant unless you just got in your mind that I got to have a Parfum Concentration for the fall, winter months. But to me, the Elixir will suffice as far as I'm concerned, so I probably won't buy the Parfum again. A little bit of a cash grab. But overall, if you have one, if not all of these in your collection, leave a comment in the comments and let me know what you think of the bottle that you have. If you have all four, let me know in the comments which one is your favorite to least favorite, and do you think that the Parfum or any of them is a little bit of a cash grab. But other than that, that's my time. Peace.